Hey guys, Shannon here. We got to go prepared. Welcome back. I wanted to talk a little bit about a little fire kit, so to speak, I put together here. Just another idea. This is a small little Molly tactical pouch that I found a while back. It's been sitting in my box of survival gear, if you will. And what could I do with it? And I've done different things over attaching it to bags, but I thought, you know, what a great little pouch to just stick on a belt kit, or throw a strap on, throw it in your pocket. You know, if you're just going in the woods and you've got your EDC stuff in your pockets, and you have your fixed blade knife on, maybe you have your small water canteen or canteen kit, and have this as an extra larger fire pouch kit you could have just to go on a walk or hike or a scouting trip. But this is, I'm sure there's a lot of different companies that make this, and I didn't see a name on this one when I got it. But we're going to open it up, talk about a couple things I put in, just some ideas. Don't have a table or anything from me. Of course, everything's blooming out here. It's awesome. Easter weekend, and it's, you know, Lord's given us a beautiful day out here to be able to shoot some videos and enjoy this. Here's some ideas what I put in here. I have a small magnifying glass. Of course, you can make a fire with that. And I'm probably going to drop half this stuff trying to get it all because I don't have anything in front of me. In here, I won't dig this out, but I'm going to show you as close as I can. What's in there is some cotton balls, some 4/0 steel wool, and those are some cotton rounds that you can see right there that I have. What I did is I melted down and heated up some Vaseline and then soaked them in the Vaseline, and once that dried, I dipped them in warm wax really quick and laid them out on saran wrap paper and let them dry. So now I have those cotton rounds, and I'll do a video in the future on fire again. I've done one before, but you just take those little things, break them apart, pull them apart, and get them real fine, and they'll take a spark from your ferrocerium rod very easy. And of course, cotton and steel wool, we know that all will get an ember going really well. Also, I have in here a small torch lighter. This is an old one that I got years and years ago, probably 15 or better years ago at Walmart. They had them in the sporting goods section sitting on the counter, and I've never seen any since that are this inexpensive, but you still can buy these type things. But this one you can see is very old, but I keep fluid in it and it works great. It'll get a fire started really fast. I also have in here some wet fires, and I'm going to have to stick some of this stuff back in as I go so I don't drop it all over the place. I have in here, this in itself can just be thrown in your pocket for a fire kit. I used to do Revolutionary War and French and Indian War reenactments. May have to post some pictures of that sometime. But this was a fire kit that I used when I was doing Native reenactment. I usually did portrayed Native for that period. But this is a small tin, and a friend of mine, Jim Apple, made this for me. He does reenactments as well too. Now lives down in Florida. But he's also a farrier, takes care of horses' hooves and stuff. But in this, if you don't know, a piece of flint, which you can find if you know what you're looking for around when that runs out. And then I have a couple of candles in here. These are trick candles. They don't blow out. So you get one of these lit and you're trying to light something else with it, you don't have to worry about the wind as much with these. So I put those in there. Those were not in there when I was doing the reenactment. That would not be historically accurate. And then also I have in here if I can get it loose, now this was a file. Jim made this from an old file, and it is my striker to strike the flint to get my spark to start my fire. This was used for years. This is how you started a fire. And then of course I have a little leather pouch that I put in here to separate, and this bottom is char cloth, and that's all my char cloth that is made from cotton that I would put in here and stow this kit in the fire without everything in it, just the cotton in it. and create my char cloth, and then when I'm done, it cools off. Of course, I can put the rest of my kit back in here. But I used this many times to start fires when we were doing reenactments, because we had to do it very, very traditionally. Learned how to do that, which is a very good skill to know how to do. But I keep that kit in here as well. I have several of these. Jim made me a couple of them. That is in here. And then also another tin that I found and picked up. And there is the pup barking. What I did is I took electrical tape. Hey, buddy. He's trying to get in on the action. Electrical tape just to kind of seal the edges and keep it closed. And inside this little tin, of course, I have this is the UCO Titan matches that I did a video on here. These things will burn underwater. Go back and watch the video. I actually light this and stick it under water in a glass of water, and it's still burning when I pull it out. It never stops. Amazing matches. I have those in here, some cotton, some waxed little cotton rounds here, like the other ones in this kit, and then some jute twine for tinder as well. So I got several ways of starting a fire, and some of these kits are kits within a kit, and some redundancy to have in there. Of course, this tin itself, if everything's out of it, I can make more char cloth with this tin as well. And of course, like I said, the electrical tape, and I just chose yellow instead of red, yellow being like a flame, so I would know it was a fire kit. And all that is in this little kit. Now, in addition to this little kit, I had another thing we use reenactment type stuff, and this is a small pouch. Now, I used to have a leather running through this, but I changed that a while back to paracord, just because I wanted a paracord in it, and I don't get a chance to do much reenactment stuff. If I did want to use this, excuse me, I would, but this is some leather that I have. I made a lot of my reenactment stuff myself. I got leather and from moccasins and leggings and all that kind of things, to leggings to protect my legs. If you get into that kind of stuff, you know what I'm talking about. But all I did with this piece of scrap leather that I had, and really easy to make this. I'm gonna open it up, and what this is for is really anything, but what I use it for is a tinder pouch. So I keep it shoved in my pocket, and as I'm walking along, because you know my cotton and some of my tinder in here may run out, may not have it long term, but if I see something that can make tinder while I'm traveling through the forest in the woods, I can take that and shove it in here, leave it in my pocket so it can be drying out. Of course, I have waxed this leather inside and out so it's a bit waterproof, especially where it would sit on the ground. But all this is a scrap piece of leather that, as I open it up, it's just round. It's a big round piece of leather, and I went in just about an inch from the and put a hole, and then an inch over, inch down, inch over, all the way around. And then I fished this paracord or leather strap, whatever you want to use, in there. Now, when I open this all the way up, another good thing about this, once it's already open and flat, because I've waxed it and it gives me a waterproof surface, I can open this up flat and lay it on a stump or the ground, and now I'll have a dry surface to work with while I'm doing things, instead of working on a wet surface. So it's all that is a big round piece of leather that I had scrap. If you have a scrap piece of canvas or something like that, I imagine you could maybe do the same thing with it, and then all you do is cinch it back up, and I put this little toggle on it, so this is more current, up to date, but I still like the leather. I love the smell of it. But a great little pouch to keep around to put odds and ends in, but I use it as a tinder pouch as I collect things like funguses or horseshoe fungus on the side of a tree, or scrapings or dry stuff. As I'm going, I can stick in here and have some backup tinder, because you never know if you're going to need some more. You may be stuck out longer and burn through the stuff that you had in your pocket, or you might have lost this and all you have is your EDC way of, hopefully on your fixed blade knife you have a ferrocerium rod and maybe something else to light a fire in your pocket, and then you lost this and all you have is this and what's in your pockets. So that would be a good idea to have as well. But kind of a little daft, you have a little pouch like this and you want to do something with it, it's a neat idea to make a little fire pouch to go along with a cook set or a bottle kit maybe that you're going on a scout in the woods and having that. Today being Easter, I've had these. I didn't know what I was going to do with them. Picked these up 6-8 months ago in Home Depot or Lowe's, and they look like Easter eggs. So happy Easter, everybody. But what they are, and I don't know if you can see it outside, but I got two of them. Two of them come in the little pack, but they're lights. And I'm gonna try to see if you can see that it's a light, and it lights up pretty bright, and it's, you just tap it and it comes on. See, they're both off now, but all you do is tap them. And I was trying to think, what could you do with these besides light them up and hide Easter eggs in the dark for the kids? But a neat idea to have these is you couldn't use them long term because the battery would end up going out in them. But if you were in a dark area, maybe in a dark room, and maybe I'll add a video to this in a dark room, show you how light these are later. But you're not sure what's in the room, and maybe there's a zombie in the room. You take one of these lights and pitch it in the room, and when it makes contact with the ground or anything, then the light comes on, and it's going to light up everything in the room other than where you're at. And if it's somebody in there, maybe you're playing hide and go seek with your kids, or you're younger and you're playing with your brother. When that light comes on, they're temporarily not going to be able to see as good. You might be able to get up on them and tag your it. But I thought they were kind of neat. And then this one I took, had the idea. This is a hand sanitizer bottle holder. You might see them at Bed Bath or some of those places, these little holders for the sanitizer. Well, I took it and stretched it out. This one's from Bath and Body Works is where this one came from. And I put this on it, which it has this little rubber strap. And I thought, well, what a neat thing to have an extra set of light to hang in your tent or to hang on a tree, just to have some extra light around. And of course you just tap it and it comes on, and then tap it and it goes off. Kind of a neat idea, but I thought they looked like Easter eggs, and it being Easter, which I still not sure what the egg has to do with what the real meaning of Easter is. But I thought that was kind of a neat idea, and if you had kids, they might have fun with them. Like I said, I got them at Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's back before Christmas, maybe at Thanksgiving or something when I had them, so I'm not even sure what they're called anymore. I thought they were just fun and had those. Anyway, remember guys, you got to go prepared because you just never know.